Call it a sign of the times. The cry for help from abuse victims has nearly doubled in the metro.
Well, shelters are now struggling to keep up. Curtis J. explains the sudden rise in victims and how you can help.
The abuse for 25-year-old Christina Morris lasted 4 years. She says it got worse when her boyfriend lost his job. They lost their house. When life got rough, Christina says the beatings increased. Christina found refuge at New House after she says her boyfriend fractured her jaw in 3 places.
They don't want to end up like me, you know, broken face, kids seeing it.
And sadly, the children are the smallest victims of domestic violence.
This shelter also has a daycare. It is a much brighter place than where a lot of these children come from. A lot of the moms come here with their kids. In fact, at times there are more children in the shelter than women.
It's the hidden cost of a down market when stocks take a beating.
1, 2, 3.
Local shelters see more battered women looking for help. The calls are plenty.
The phone rings off the hook constantly.
And this board shows only 1 room is available in all the shelters for abused women in the metro, at least on this day.
Thank you.
When full, they called surrounding area shelters, going as far away as an hour to make sure the women are placed, turning no one away, even if they have to go to a homeless shelter until there's an opening. Lead advocate Penny Brooks with New House is at ground zero when a woman checks in.
Sometimes they come with no shoes on their feet. They are just trying to get away.
And the shelter is taking more blows. A 40% spike in abused women coupled with cuts in nonprofit funding from government agencies makes private donations more critical than ever. Those are also down.
We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
With so many women coming in and out of the shelter, it puts an extra burden on staff, and there's no money to hire additional help.
As a family member, if you do have someone who's in domestic violence, be supportive of her, listen to her. Don't put her down. She's had enough of that.
The put-downs were just as bad as the beatings for Christina.
I'm ugly. I'm a whore. Can I say that on TV? I'm a whore.
What's that?
Stuff like that. I'm a bad mom.
With the help of New House, Christina is now packing her bags and ready to leave the shelter with an exit strategy.
I'm going to miss it. They've done so much for me.
To a better life, far from the metro, far from a life of abuse.
If you can help the New House shelter by donating certain items or cash, we put a list of those items needed and a link on our website at NBCActionNews.com. In the studio, Curtis J., NBC Action News.